Gaafi namni irra hedduu irra deddeebiidhaan gaafatan waa'ee fayyaa irratti. Bakka gara chaanala kiyyaatti nagaan dhuftan. Harka fuunee akkam jirtan. Arraan tana gaafii dhukkubsataan barattoonni irra hedduun gaafatan walitti qabuun asitti isin dhiyeessitin jira. Saniifuu gaafii tanarraa laaltanii halaalu jiru ogeessa fayyaa yoo ta'es namni biraa normaaliin yookaan immoo dhukkubsataanis yoo jiraate gaafiilee akkanaa tana ogeessa fayyaa gaafachuu qabdan baruu akka qabdan ogeessi fayyaa immoo gaafii tanarratti dafee akka qophaa'u qabu asirratti waan isiniif himuu jira. Sana jecha gaafii hedduu most common question people asked about disease kan jedhu irratti gaafii hedduu qopheesseetiin jira. Kabajamtootaa fi jaalatamtoota keenya gaafiilee tana obsan akka xumurtan isiniin jedha na waliin tura.
50 of the most common questions people ask about vaginal diseases. 1. What are the most common vaginal diseases? 2. What causes vaginal infections? 3. What is the difference between a vaginal infection and a sexually transmitted infection STI? 4. Can vaginal diseases affect women of any age? 5. Are vaginal infections contagious? 6. What are the symptoms of a vaginal infection? 7. What causes abnormal vaginal discharge? 8. What does a normal vaginal discharge look like? 9. Why does the vagina itch? 10. What causes a burning sensation in the vagina? 11. Why is there a bad vaginal odor? 12. Can vaginal infections cause pain during sex? 13. Can vaginal infections cause pain while urinating? 14. Can vaginal infections cause bleeding? 15. When should I see a doctor? 16. What is a vaginal yeast infection? 17. What causes a yeast infection? 18. Can antibiotics cause a yeast infection? 19. How is a yeast infection treated? 20. Can a yeast infection come back after treatment? 21. What is bacterial vaginosis BV? 22. What causes bacterial vaginosis? 23. What are the symptoms of BV? 24. How is BV treated? 25. Can BV return after treatment? 26. Which STIs can affect the vagina? 27. What are the symptoms of vaginal STIs? 28. Can STIs occur without symptoms? 29. How are vaginal STIs diagnosed? 30. Can STIs be cured? 31. How can I prevent vaginal infections? 32. Does good hygiene prevent vaginal disease? 33. Can tight clothing increase the risk of infection? 34. Can condoms reduce the risk of vaginal infections? 35. Can uncontrolled diabetes increase the risk of vaginal infections? 36. Can vaginal infections go away on their own? 37. Can I buy treatment without a prescription? 38. Can probiotics help vaginal health? 39. Can home remedies cure vaginal infections? 40. When should I avoid sexual activity during treatment? 41. Can stress increase the risk of vaginal infections? 42. Can pregnancy increase the risk of vaginal infections? 43. Can menopause affect vaginal health? 44. Can a partner cause repeated vaginal infections? 45. Can vaginal infections affect fertility? 46. Can vaginal diseases increase the risk of cervical cancer? 47. Can using scented soaps or vaginal washes cause problems? 48. How often should I have a gynecological checkup? 49. When is vaginal discharge considered an emergency? 50. Can women with vaginal diseases recover completely? 50 common questions people ask about sexual dysfunction. 1. What is sexual dysfunction? 2. What are the main types of sexual dysfunction? 3. What causes sexual dysfunction? 4. Is sexual dysfunction common? 5. Can sexual dysfunction be cured? 6. When should I see a doctor? 7. Which doctor treats sexual dysfunction? 8. Can sexual dysfunction affect young people? 9. Is sexual dysfunction a normal part of aging? 10. Can stress cause sexual dysfunction? 11. What is erectile dysfunction? 12. What causes erectile dysfunction? 13. Can diabetes cause erectile dysfunction? 14. Can high blood pressure cause erectile dysfunction? 15. Can heart disease cause erectile dysfunction? 16. Can smoking cause erectile dysfunction? 17. Does alcohol affect erections? 18. Can obesity increase the risk of ED? 19. Can erectile dysfunction be prevented? 20. What tests diagnose erectile dysfunction? 21. What are the best treatments for ED? 22. Are ED medications safe? 23. Can young men have erectile dysfunction? 24. Can erectile dysfunction be the first sign of another disease? 25. Can erectile dysfunction be cured? 26. What is premature ejaculation? 27. What causes premature ejaculation? 28. Can anxiety cause premature ejaculation? 29. Is premature ejaculation common? 30. Can premature ejaculation be treated? 31. What medicines treat premature ejaculation? 32. Can exercises help premature ejaculation? 33. Can condoms help delay ejaculation? 34. Is premature ejaculation permanent? 35. When should I seek medical help? 36. What causes low sex drive? 37. Can stress reduce sexual desire? 38. Can depression reduce libido? 39. Can medications reduce sex drive? 40. Can hormone problems reduce libido? 41. How can I improve my sex drive? 42. Does exercise improve libido? 43. Does poor sleep affect sexual desire? 44. Can relationship problems affect sexual desire? 45. Can low libido be treated? 46. Can pornography affect sexual performance? 47. Does masturbation cause sexual dysfunction? 48. Can sexual dysfunction affect fertility? 49. Which food supports sexual health? 50. Can people with sexual dysfunction have a healthy sex life? 50 of the most common questions people ask about drug addiction. 1. What is drug addiction? 2. Why do people become addicted to drugs? 3. Is drug addiction a disease or a choice? 4. What happens to the brain during drug addiction? 5. How does drug addiction affect the body? 6. What are the most addictive drugs? 7. Can anyone become addicted to drugs? 8. How quickly can a person become addicted? 9. Is drug addiction genetic? 10. Can drug addiction be prevented? 11. What are the main causes of drug addiction? 12. Why do young people start using drugs? 13. Does stress increase the risk of drug addiction? 14. Can family problems lead to drug addiction? 15. Does peer pressure cause drug abuse? 16. Are people with mental health problems more likely to become addicted? 17. Can prescription medicines cause addiction? 18. Why do some people become addicted while others do not? 19. What are the signs of drug addiction? 20. How can you tell if someone is using drugs? 21. What are the physical symptoms of drug abuse? 22. What are the behavioral changes caused by drug addiction? 23. How does drug addiction affect relationships? 24. What are the warning signs of overdose? 25. How can parents recognize drug use in children? 26. What are the short-term effects of drug use? 27. What are the long-term effects of drug addiction? 28. Can drug addiction damage the brain permanently? 29. How does drug addiction affect the heart? 30. How does drug addiction affect the liver and kidneys? 31. Can drug addiction cause mental health problems? 32. Can drug addiction lead to death? 33. What is a drug overdose? 34. Why do people continue using drugs even when they know the risks? 35. Can drug addiction be cured? 36. How is drug addiction treated? 37. What are the different types of addiction treatment? 38. What medicines are used to treat drug addiction? 39. How long does drug addiction recovery take? 40. Can a person recover without professional help? 41. What happens during drug withdrawal? 42. How can withdrawal symptoms be managed? 43. What are the chances of relapse after recovery? 44. How can someone stop using drugs safely? 45. How can I help a family member with drug addiction? 46. How should you talk to someone who is addicted to drugs? 47. What should you do if someone overdoses? 48. How can teenagers avoid drug addiction? 49. What role does education play in preventing drug abuse? 50. Where can people get help for drug addiction? 50 of the most common questions people ask about pornography. 1. What is pornography? 2. Why do people watch pornography? 3. Is watching pornography normal? 4. At what age do people usually start watching pornography? 5. Why is pornography so addictive for some people? 6. Is pornography the same as sex education? 7. Is watching pornography legal? 8. How common is pornography use? 9. What types of pornography exist? 10. Can pornography become a habit? 11. Can pornography become addictive? 12. How does pornography affect the brain? 13. Does pornography increase dopamine? 14. Can pornography cause anxiety? 15. Can pornography cause depression? 16. Does pornography affect memory or concentration? 17. Can pornography lower motivation? 18. Can pornography affect self-esteem? 19. Why is it difficult to stop watching pornography? 20. What are the signs of pornography addiction? Effects on relationships and sexual health. 21. Can pornography affect relationships? 22. Can pornography reduce sexual satisfaction? 23. Does pornography create unrealistic expectations about sex? 24. Can pornography affect intimacy between partners? 25. Can pornography contribute to erectile dysfunction? 26. Does pornography reduce sexual desire for a real partner? 27. Can pornography affect marriage? 28. How does pornography influence teenagers' views about sex? 29. Does pornography affect body image? 30. Can pornography lead to risky sexual behavior? 31. How can I stop watching pornography? 32. What are the withdrawal symptoms after quitting pornography? 33. How long does it take to recover from pornography addiction? 34. Can pornography addiction be treated? 35. Should I seek professional help? 36. Are there medicines for pornography addiction? 37. What therapies are effective for pornography addiction? 38. How can I avoid relapse? 39. What healthy habits can replace pornography? 40. Can support groups help? 41. How can parents protect children from pornography? 42. How should parents talk to children about pornography? 43. How can I block pornography on my devices? 44. How can schools help prevent pornography addiction? 45. What should I do if my child is watching pornography? 46. How can I help my partner who struggles with pornography? 47. Does pornography affect academic or work performance? 48. Can excessive pornography use affect daily life? 49. Where can I get help for pornography addiction? 50. Is it possible to completely recover from pornography addiction? 50 of the most common questions people ask about menstruation disorders. 1. What is a menstrual disorder? 2. What is a normal menstrual cycle? 3. How many days should a normal period last? 4. How much bleeding during a period is normal? 5. What causes menstrual disorders? 6. Can stress affect my menstrual cycle? 7. Can diet affect menstruation? 8. Can exercise change my menstrual cycle? 9. At what age should menstruation begin? 10. When does menstruation usually stop? Menopause. 11. Why is my period irregular? 12. Why did my period stop suddenly? 13. Why is my period late? 14. Why am I getting my period twice in 1 month? 15. Why do I skip periods? 16. Can pregnancy cause missed periods? 17. Can hormonal imbalance cause irregular periods? 18. When should I worry about irregular periods? 19. Can thyroid disease affect menstruation? 20. Can PCOS cause irregular periods? 21. Why is my period so heavy? 22. What causes light periods? 23. What causes spotting between periods? 24. Is bleeding after sex normal? 25. What causes bleeding after menopause? 26. When is heavy menstrual bleeding an emergency? 27. Can fibroids cause heavy periods? 28. Can anemia result from heavy periods? 29. What causes blood clots during menstruation? 30. How can heavy menstrual bleeding be treated? 31. Why are my periods so painful? 32. What causes severe menstrual cramps? 33. When are menstrual cramps not normal? 34. Can endometriosis cause painful periods? 35. Why do I have back pain during my period? 36. Why do I get headaches during my period? 37. Why do I feel tired during menstruation? 38. Can nausea occur during menstruation? 39. Why do I have mood swings before my period? 40. What is premenstrual syndrome (PMS)? 41. How are menstrual disorders diagnosed? 42. What tests are used to find the cause of menstrual disorders? 43. How are menstrual disorders treated? 44. Can birth control pills regulate periods? 45. What medicines help menstrual pain? 46. Can lifestyle changes improve menstrual disorders? 47. When should I see a doctor for menstrual problems? 48. Can menstrual disorders affect fertility? 49. Can menstrual disorders be prevented? 50. What are the warning signs that a menstrual disorder is serious? 50 of the most common questions people ask about sexually transmitted diseases STDs. 1. What are sexually transmitted diseases STDs? 2. What is the difference between an STD and an STI? 3. How are STDs spread? 4. Can you get an STD from one sexual encounter? 5. What are the most common STDs? 6. Can you have an STD without symptoms? 7. Who is at the highest risk of getting an STD? 8. Can virgins get an STD? 9. Can you get an STD more than once? 10. Are STDs curable? Symptoms. 11. What are the first signs of an STD? 12. What are the symptoms of STDs in men? 13. What are the symptoms of STDs in women? 14. Can STDs cause itching? 15. Can STDs cause painful urination? 16. Can STDs cause genital sores or ulcers? 17. Can STDs cause abnormal vaginal discharge? 18. Can STDs cause penile discharge? 19. Can STDs cause pelvic pain? 20. When should I see a doctor for STD symptoms? 21. How are STDs diagnosed? 22. What tests are used to detect STDs? 23. How soon after exposure should I get tested? 24. Can a blood test detect all STDs? 25. How often should sexually active people get tested? 26. Can I test for STDs at home? 27. Are STD tests painful? 28. How long does it take to get STD test results? 29. Can someone test negative at first and positive later? 30. Should my partner also be tested? Treatment. 31. How are bacterial STDs treated? 32. How are viral STDs treated? 33. Can antibiotics cure all STDs? 34. Can untreated STDs go away on their own? 35. How long does STD treatment take? 36. Can I have sex while being treated for an STD? 37. What happens if an STD is left untreated? 38. Can STDs come back after treatment? 39. What should I do if my partner has an STD? 40. Can pregnant women safely receive STD treatment? 41. How can I prevent STDs? 42. How effective are condoms at preventing STDs? 43. Can oral sex spread STDs? 44. Can kissing spread STDs? 45. Can STDs affect fertility? 46. Can STDs increase the risk of HIV infection? 47. Can a pregnant woman pass an STD to her baby? 48. Which vaccines help prevent STDs? 49. What are the long-term complications of STDs? 50. Where can I get confidential testing and treatment for STDs? 40 of the most common questions people ask about diabetes. What is diabetes? What are the different types of diabetes? What causes diabetes? Can diabetes be cured? Is diabetes hereditary? What are the early signs of diabetes? Why does diabetes cause frequent urination? Why am I always thirsty? Can diabetes make you lose weight? Does diabetes cause fatigue? How is diabetes diagnosed? What is a normal blood sugar level? What is HbA1c? Can I have diabetes without symptoms? How often should I check my blood sugar? Can diabetes be controlled without medication? When is insulin needed? Can people with diabetes stop taking medicine? What happens if diabetes is left untreated? What are the side effects of diabetes medications? What foods should people with diabetes avoid? Can people with diabetes eat fruit? Is honey better than sugar for diabetes? Can people with diabetes eat rice or bread? What is the best diet for diabetes? Does exercise lower blood sugar? How much exercise is recommended? Can diabetes damage the eyes? Can diabetes cause kidney disease? Why do people with diabetes have foot problems? Can diabetes cause heart disease? Can diabetes affect sexual health? Can type 2 diabetes be prevented? Who is at higher risk of diabetes? How can I reduce my risk of diabetes? Does eating too much sugar cause diabetes? Can stress increase blood sugar? Can diabetes affect pregnancy? Is diabetes contagious? Can people with diabetes live a long and healthy life? 40 of the most common questions people ask about heart failure. What is heart failure? Is heart failure the same as a heart attack? What causes heart failure? What are the different types of heart failure? Who is at risk of developing heart failure? What are the early signs of heart failure? Why does heart failure cause shortness of breath? Why do my legs and feet swell? Can heart failure cause fatigue? Does heart failure cause chest pain? How is heart failure diagnosed? What tests are used to diagnose heart failure? What is an echocardiogram? What is ejection fraction EF? Can heart failure be detected early? Can heart failure be cured? What medicines are used to treat heart failure? Why are diuretics, water pills, prescribed? When is surgery needed for heart failure? Can a pacemaker help heart failure? What foods should people with heart failure avoid? How much salt is safe? How much fluid should I drink? Can I exercise if I have heart failure? Can I travel with heart failure? Can I work if I have heart failure? Should I quit smoking and alcohol? Is heart failure life-threatening? Can heart failure damage the kidneys? Can heart failure cause sudden death? What happens if heart failure is left untreated? Can heart failure get worse over time? Can heart failure be prevented? How can I reduce my risk of heart failure? Does controlling blood pressure help prevent heart failure? Can people with heart failure live a long life? Can heart failure improve with treatment? Can heart failure affect sleep? Is heart failure hereditary? When should I go to the emergency department if I have heart failure? 40 of the most common questions people ask about hypertension, high blood pressure. 1. What is hypertension? 2. What causes high blood pressure? 3. What is a normal blood pressure reading? 4. What blood pressure is considered too high? 5. Is hypertension hereditary? 6. What are the symptoms of high blood pressure? 7. Can hypertension cause headaches? 8. Can high blood pressure cause dizziness? 9. Can hypertension cause nosebleeds? 10. Can you have hypertension without any symptoms? 11. How is hypertension diagnosed? 12. How often should I check my blood pressure? 13. What is the best time to measure blood pressure? 14. Can stress temporarily raise blood pressure? 15. Why is my blood pressure different every time I measure it? 16. Can hypertension be cured? 17. When should I start taking blood pressure medication? 18. Can I stop my blood pressure medicine if my readings become normal? 19. What are the side effects of blood pressure medications? 20. Which medicines are commonly used to treat hypertension? 21. What foods should I avoid if I have high blood pressure? 22. Can eating too much salt cause hypertension? 23. What foods help lower blood pressure? 24. Does exercise lower blood pressure? 25. Can losing weight reduce high blood pressure? 26. Does smoking increase blood pressure? 27. Can alcohol raise blood pressure? 28. Can hypertension cause a stroke? 29. Can high blood pressure cause a heart attack? 30. Can hypertension lead to heart failure? 31. Can high blood pressure damage the kidneys? 32. Can hypertension affect the eyes? 33. How can I prevent hypertension? 34. Who is at higher risk of developing hypertension? 35. Can young people get high blood pressure? 36. Is hypertension a lifelong condition? 37. Can stress alone cause hypertension? 38. Is coffee safe for people with hypertension? 39. Is hypertension dangerous even if I feel fine? 40. When should I seek emergency medical care for very high blood pressure? 40 of the most common questions people ask about angina pectoris. What is angina pectoris? What causes angina? Is angina the same as a heart attack? What are the different types of angina? Who is at risk of developing angina? What does angina feel like? Where is angina pain usually felt? How long does an angina attack last? Can angina cause pain in the arm, jaw, or back? Can angina cause shortness of breath? How is angina diagnosed? What tests are used to diagnose angina? What is an ECG electrocardiogram? What is a stress test? Can angina occur even if test results are normal? Can angina be cured? What medicines are used to treat angina? How does nitroglycerin relieve angina? When is angioplasty or stent placement needed? When is coronary artery bypass surgery CABG recommended? What foods should people with angina avoid? Can exercise help or worsen angina? Can stress trigger angina? Should I stop smoking if I have angina? Can I travel if I have angina? Can I continue working with angina? Is it safe to have sex if I have angina? Can angina lead to a heart attack? Is angina life-threatening? Can angina get worse over time? What is unstable angina? What should I do during an angina attack? Can angina be prevented? How can I reduce my risk of angina? Does controlling blood pressure and diabetes help prevent angina? Can young people develop angina? Can women have different angina symptoms than men? Can anxiety cause chest pain that feels like angina? Can people with angina live a long and healthy life? When should I call an ambulance for chest pain? 40 of the most common questions people ask about kidney disease. 1. What is kidney disease? 2. What causes kidney disease? 3. What are the different stages of chronic kidney disease (CKD)? 4. What is the difference between acute kidney injury (AKI) and chronic kidney disease (CKD)? 5. Who is at higher risk of kidney disease? 6. What are the early signs of kidney disease? 7. Can kidney disease cause swelling in the legs and feet? 8. Why does kidney disease cause fatigue? 9. Can kidney disease cause back or flank pain? 10. Can kidney disease cause changes in urination? 11. How is kidney disease diagnosed? 12. What blood tests check kidney function? 13. What is creatinine? 14. What is eGFR, and what does it mean? 15. What urine tests are used to detect kidney disease? 16. Can kidney disease be cured? 17. What medicines are used to treat kidney disease? 18. Can kidney disease be reversed? 19. When is dialysis needed? 20. When is a kidney transplant recommended? 21. What food should people with kidney disease avoid? 22. How much water should I drink if I have kidney disease? 23. Should I reduce my salt intake? 24. Can exercise help kidney disease? 25. Is a high-protein diet harmful to the kidneys? 26. Can smoking or alcohol worsen kidney disease? 27. Can over-the-counter painkillers damage the kidneys? 28. Can kidney disease cause high blood pressure? 29. Can kidney disease cause anemia? 30. Can kidney disease lead to heart disease? 31. What happens if kidney disease is left untreated? 32. Can kidney disease progress to kidney failure? 33. Can kidney disease be prevented? 34. How can I keep my kidneys healthy? 35. Does controlling diabetes and high blood pressure protect the kidneys? Everyday questions and myths. 36. Is kidney disease hereditary? 37. Can young people develop kidney disease? 38. Can kidney disease affect pregnancy? 39. Can people with kidney disease live a normal life? 40. When should I see a doctor or go to the emergency department for kidney disease symptoms? 40 of the most common questions people ask about gastric diseases, including gastritis, acid reflux, GERD, and peptic ulcer disease. 1. What is gastritis? 2. What causes gastritis? 3. What is the difference between gastritis, GERD, and a stomach ulcer? 4. Is gastritis contagious? 5. Who is at higher risk of gastric disease? 6. What are the symptoms of gastritis? 7. Why do I have burning pain in my stomach? 8. Can gastritis cause nausea and vomiting? 9. Can gastric disease cause bloating? 10. Can gastritis cause chest pain? 11. How is gastritis diagnosed? 12. What tests are used to diagnose gastric disease? 13. What is an upper endoscopy? 14. What is Helicobacter pylori H. pylori? 15. How do doctors test for H. pylori? 16. Can gastritis be cured? 17. What medicines are used to treat gastritis? 18. How do proton pump inhibitors PPIs work? 19. When are antibiotics needed for gastritis? 20. How long does gastritis take to heal? 21. What foods should I avoid if I have gastritis? 22. What foods are good for gastritis? 23. Can spicy foods make gastritis worse? 24. Is coffee bad for gastritis? 25. Can alcohol worsen gastritis? 26. Does smoking make gastric disease worse? 27. Can stress cause or worsen gastritis? 28. Can gastritis lead to a stomach ulcer? 29. Can a stomach ulcer cause bleeding? 30. Can gastritis increase the risk of stomach cancer? 31. What happens if gastritis is left untreated? 32. Can gastric disease cause weight loss? 33. How can I prevent gastritis? 34. How can I protect my stomach while taking painkillers? 35. Can good hygiene help prevent H. pylori infection? 36. Can gastritis come back after treatment? 37. Is milk good for gastritis? 38. Can fasting make gastritis worse? 39. Can children develop gastritis? 40. When should I go to the emergency department for stomach pain? 50 of the most common questions people ask about respiratory diseases, including asthma, pneumonia, COPD, bronchitis, tuberculosis, and other lung conditions. 1. What are respiratory diseases? 2. What causes respiratory diseases? 3. What are the most common respiratory diseases? 4. What is the difference between acute and chronic respiratory diseases? 5. Who is at higher risk of respiratory disease? 6. What are the common symptoms of respiratory diseases? 7. Why do I have a persistent cough? 8. What causes shortness of breath? 9. What causes wheezing? 10. Why does my chest feel tight? 11. Can respiratory diseases cause chest pain? 12. What does coughing up blood mean? 13. What causes excessive mucus or phlegm? 14. Can respiratory diseases cause fever? 15. When should I see a doctor for breathing problems? 16. What is asthma? 17. What causes asthma? 18. What can trigger an asthma attack? 19. How is asthma diagnosed? 20. Can asthma be cured? 21. What is the difference between a reliever and a controller inhaler? 22. Can people with asthma exercise? 23. What is COPD? 24. What causes COPD? 25. What is chronic bronchitis? 26. Can smoking cause COPD? 27. Can COPD be treated? 28. What is pneumonia? 29. What causes pneumonia? 30. What is tuberculosis TB? 31. How does tuberculosis spread? 32. Can tuberculosis be cured? 33. What is the difference between pneumonia and tuberculosis? 34. How are respiratory diseases diagnosed? 35. What is a chest X-ray used for? 36. What is a lung function spirometry test? 37. What medicines are used to treat respiratory diseases? 38. When are antibiotics needed? 39. Can viral respiratory infections be treated with antibiotics? 40. How can I prevent respiratory diseases? 41. Does smoking increase the risk of lung disease? 42. Can vaccines prevent respiratory diseases? 43. How can I protect my lungs from air pollution? 44. Does wearing a mask help prevent respiratory infections? 45. Can respiratory diseases be contagious? 46. Can allergies cause breathing problems? 47. Can respiratory diseases lead to heart problems? 48. Can children develop chronic respiratory diseases? 49. Can people with respiratory diseases live a normal life? 50. When should I go to the emergency department for breathing problems? 50 of the most common questions people ask about depression. 1. What is depression? 2. What are the symptoms of depression? 3. What causes depression? 4. Is depression a mental illness? 5. What is the difference between sadness and depression? 6. How long does depression last? 7. Can depression go away on its own? 8. How is depression diagnosed? 9. What are the early signs of depression? 10. Who is most at risk of developing depression? 11. Can children and teenagers have depression? 12. Can older adults develop depression? 13. Is depression hereditary? 14. Can stress cause depression? 15. Can anxiety and depression occur together? 16. Can depression affect physical health? 17. Can depression cause headaches or body pain? 18. Can depression cause memory problems? 19. Can depression affect sleep? 20. Why does depression make people feel tired? 21. Can depression affect appetite and weight? 22. Can depression cause suicidal thoughts? 23. What should I do if someone says they are suicidal? 24. How is depression treated? 25. Can depression be cured? 26. What medications are used to treat depression? 27. How long do antidepressants take to work? 28. Are antidepressants addictive? 29. What are the side effects of antidepressants? 30. Can psychotherapy help depression? 31. What is cognitive behavioral therapy CBT? 32. Can exercise help with depression? 33. What foods may help improve depression? 34. Can lack of sleep worsen depression? 35. Can alcohol make depression worse? 36. Can drug abuse cause depression? 37. Can social media contribute to depression? 38. Can depression affect relationships? 39. Can depression affect work or school performance? 40. How can I support someone with depression? 41. What should I avoid saying to someone with depression? 42. When should I see a doctor for depression? 43. How is severe depression different from mild depression? 44. What is postpartum depression? 45. What is seasonal affective disorder SAD? 46. Can depression come back after treatment? 47. Can depression be prevented? 48. What lifestyle changes can help manage depression? 49. What should I do if my depression treatment is not working? 50. Is it possible to recover completely from depression? 50 of the most common questions people ask about epilepsy. 1. What is epilepsy? 2. What causes epilepsy? 3. What are the symptoms of epilepsy? 4. What is the difference between epilepsy and a seizure? 5. What are the different types of epilepsy? 6. What are the different types of seizures? 7. Can anyone develop epilepsy? 8. Is epilepsy hereditary? 9. What triggers seizures? 10. Can stress cause seizures? 11. Can lack of sleep trigger seizures? 12. Can flashing lights trigger epilepsy? 13. Can fever cause seizures? 14. How is epilepsy diagnosed? 15. What tests are used to diagnose epilepsy? 16. What is an EEG and why is it used? 17. What is the role of MRI in epilepsy? 18. Can epilepsy be cured? 19. Can epilepsy be controlled with medication? 20. What medicines are used to treat epilepsy? 21. What are the side effects of anti-seizure medications? 22. How long do people need to take epilepsy medication? 23. What happens if I miss a dose of my medication? 24. Can epilepsy surgery help? 25. What is vagus nerve stimulation VNS? 26. Can the ketogenic diet help epilepsy? 27. What should I do if someone has a seizure? 28. What should I never do during a seizure? 29. When should I call an ambulance for a seizure? 30. How long should a seizure last before it becomes an emergency? 31. Can epilepsy cause brain damage? 32. Can epilepsy affect memory? 33. Can epilepsy affect learning in children? 34. Can people with epilepsy drive? 35. Can people with epilepsy work normally? 36. Can people with epilepsy play sports? 37. Can people with epilepsy swim safely? 38. Can people with epilepsy get married and have children? 39. Can pregnancy affect epilepsy? 40. Can epilepsy affect mental health? 41. Can alcohol trigger seizures? 42. Can smoking or recreational drugs worsen epilepsy? 43. Can epilepsy increase the risk of sudden death SUDEP? 44. How can seizures be prevented? 45. Can epilepsy go away with age? 46. What food should people with epilepsy avoid? 47. What lifestyle changes help control epilepsy? 48. Can children outgrow epilepsy? 49. How can family members support someone with epilepsy? 50. When should I see a neurologist for epilepsy? 50 of the most common questions people ask about psychosis, psychotic disorders. 1. What is psychosis? 2. What is a psychotic disorder? 3. What are the symptoms of psychosis? 4. What causes psychosis? 5. What are the early warning signs of psychosis? 6. What is the difference between psychosis and schizophrenia? 7. Can anxiety cause psychosis? 8. Can depression cause psychosis? 9. Can stress trigger psychosis? 10. Can lack of sleep cause psychosis? 11. Can drug abuse cause psychosis? 12. Which drugs are most likely to cause psychosis? 13. Is psychosis hereditary? 14. Who is at risk of developing psychosis? 15. At what age does psychosis usually begin? 16. How is psychosis diagnosed? 17. What tests are used to diagnose psychosis? 18. Can psychosis be cured? 19. Is psychosis permanent? 20. What is the best treatment for psychosis? 21. What medications are used to treat psychosis? 22. What are the side effects of antipsychotic medications? 23. How long does treatment for psychosis last? 24. Can psychotherapy help psychosis? 25. What are hallucinations? 26. What are delusions? 27. Can people with psychosis recognize that they are ill? 28. Can psychosis affect memory and thinking? 29. Can psychosis affect work or school performance? 30. Can children and teenagers develop psychosis? 31. Can older adults develop psychosis? 32. Can psychosis occur after childbirth? 33. Can infections or brain diseases cause psychosis? 34. Can psychosis be prevented? 35. What should I do if someone is having a psychotic episode? 36. Should a person with psychosis be hospitalized? 37. When is psychosis a medical emergency? 38. Can people with psychosis live normal lives? 39. Can people with psychosis get married and have children? 40. Can people with psychosis drive? 41. Can alcohol make psychosis worse? 42. Can smoking affect psychosis treatment? 43. What lifestyle changes help people with psychosis? 44. Can psychosis come back after treatment? 45. What are the warning signs of a relapse? 46. How can family members support someone with psychosis? 47. What should I avoid saying to someone with psychosis? 48. What is the difference between psychosis and bipolar disorder? 49. What is the difference between psychosis and dementia? 50. When should I see a psychiatrist for psychosis?